Hello, everyone. My name is Trent, but most of you know me as IT Guy, and welcome back to the Blockchain Gaming Podcast. In this episode, I have King Thermos on the show for the second time to talk about the interesting changes in coin hunt world this week. We'll talk about the recently finished Hawaii event, new game mechanics, and we're going to take a look at what we discussed nearly 1 year ago. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. King Thermos, how you doing today, man? What's new?
Not much and lots at the same time.
Yeah. So it's been about almost a year since we last talked, and what a weird one that was. I don't know. I listened back just so I could be prepared, kind of, and see what we were talking about. It was a little awkward. It was like our first podcast, so I think this is the redemption episode.
Redemption episode. Yeah, I was like, I'm not listening to that one ever again, ever.
It was all right. It got there were some very interesting things on there that because you didn't listen, you wouldn't know. But last time we talked about because the auction house hadn't come out yet, so we were like talking about like speculating on some of the auction house mechanics. We were also speculating on the legendary blueprint and what that was going to be at the time and how it was coming out. We didn't even know how it was coming out. And what I also found really interesting was that we actually ended up talking about walking for keys. Almost a year ago, we started talking about that.
Did we really?
Yeah, we talked about it, and we said we were both really excited for that to come.
I still want that bike into keys. That's my dream right there.
So let me tell you a little secret. Well, you know me, and I know you play by the bike, but I also play by the bike, and you know that. And So I just went out there and I tried it, and I did my regular loop that usually finishes all 8 walking quests, and it got me to like 5 on the bike.
Yep.
Yeah. So you still get like small amounts, but you definitely got to pedal a lot.
Yeah, I found if you keep it to, it's hard on a bike to tell your speed, but 11 and a half kilometers an hour seems to be the speed limit.
Okay.
And I know this because my Samsung Health tracks by sections.
Okay.
And one section was 11.8 and one section was 11.2. And 11.2 tracked, 11.8 didn't. So it's like, okay, so here's our medium. Yeah. Medium right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It doesn't track perfect.
No, it doesn't.
Doing that slow sucks.
Yeah. I don't think the walking mechanic tracks perfect across anything.
No.
Like there's so many different variables when it comes to that. And I see a lot of people posting different times and all of that. So, yeah, but those were some of the main things. And it was funny because we only talked for about 40 minutes, which by my standards is a really short podcast. Yep. But at the time I didn't know what we were doing. You know, it was the first one. So I'm excited to have you back, man. This is exciting.
So we talked, and it was before the nerf, wasn't it? The user vault nerf, wasn't it?
So what do you mean by the user vault nerf?
When the user vaults had that error for a few weeks where they could be 50 meters apart last summer?
No, it was before that, or we talked after that. It was probably yeah. So that had already happened.
That still breaks my heart.
Yeah. That one, but well, what do you think about the keys being gone, man? I mean, it's been so long to try to like catch up on everything we missed. So you know what? Hold on, let me reel it back in. Let's start from the beginning. I'm gonna ask you some of the questions that you might have already answered in the last one, but we'll just run through them quickly. So where are you from and where are you hunting? Fellow Canadian, right?
Yeah, I'm in Regina, the city that rhymes with fun.
Okay, so that every time you answer one of these questions, I'm going to remember something from the podcast. You told me about the Welcome to Regina video.
Experience Regina.
That one. I'm glad you still like it. Yeah, so that's funny. So yeah, you're in Regina, and is there any other players around you that we'd know of or anything like that?
Not players that. Well, okay. So there's a friend of mine, Magnus, and his wife Katla.
Okay.
They're always on the tops of the leaderboard.
I know. Yes, I know who they are. Yeah.
They're pretty good friends of mine. I talk to him every day.
Okay.
But they're drivers.
Okay.
They drive a lot still.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they bought an electric car, so they don't even.
That's not bad.
And then they come in, so about 2 blocks from my house, not even 2 blocks. So my house is like the start of a route of about 25 to 30 volts now.
Okay.
So a lot of the time they'll park over here and just walk the route.
Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. And how did you get into Coin Hunt World? So this one's interesting because if we take a look back at now all the podcasts, you actually had a very unique answer compared to everybody else where they found it on Reddit. But it's so funny. I love that I listened back because now I know like it just reminded me, it jogged my memory. So when did you get into Coin Hunt World? Like, when did you start playing, and how did you find the game? And I believe it was your cousin, right?
Yeah, it was my cousin, and it was just...
That'll do. Grid view. All right, we're back. Okay. So, yeah, you were telling me. So it was your cousin who got you into the game, and whenabouts did you start actually playing the game?
I want to say February of last year, because it was just before the St. Patrick's Day event, because I have the Leprechaun blueprint.
Oh, you do, eh? Okay.
I've printed a few in the shop.
Okay.
For the shop, but I think I have about 8 on hand right now for the if the lucky fountain structures ever come out. Just I was like, leprechauns are lucky.
Yeah.
If fountains are lucky too, then it's going in there.
You thinking you're gonna need a couple leprechauns to like man the lucky fountain?
I'm either gonna need them or I'm gonna need to sell them.
You ever thinking about selling that blueprint?
No.
No, I thought it was worth a try.
The only blueprint I've thought about selling was the fire.
Now, why do you? That's the fire elemental QB, right? Yep. So why did you think about selling that one?
Because I can't get the
crystals.
Crystals.
Yeah, they're just too expensive, right?
Way too expensive. I actually sold mine off. I had 500, and I sold I think 400 of them.
Yeah. I actually did the exact same thing. I sold off all my crystals because I figured I was never getting it. But now you can actually get a 500 crystal drop in a tickler box at the end of a quest. So I've always thought that maybe if I get really lucky one event and I get like 2 of those drops, I'll end up going for it again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. If I can get those, then I might try again, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the first event that you played was. Or wait, what was the first event you played? So after the...
What was the first one after that? The Doge event?
Doge?
I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was Doge. That was awesome.
Yeah, so last time we were talking, you still needed, I think it was a collar to print the Doge QB. Did you end up getting around to purchasing that and printing it off?
I ended up getting 2. I bought one at the auction, and I checked in my resources, and apparently I picked one up somewhere.
You just had one laying around.
I just had one, and I was like, oh, so I printed and sold one, and I sold it way too early. I think I only got like 350 keys for it.
Yeah. That's all right. You live and you learn, right?
Yeah. Now I learned that holding thing, right? I had one of those Missy cats.
Yeah?
You
got rid of that?
I bought 8 cat blueprints or 10, and I got it on my 4th.
Wow.
So Zach or Beats, one of those 2 just bought it recently. I don't remember.
Oh, really?
One of the guys from the other
podcast.
Yeah, the other podcast.
The rival podcast.
The only other podcast I listen to other than yours.
Dude, you got to get on the UK one. I'm telling you, they're good. They do good stuff there. They're very they're on top of it.
Really? Do they swear lots in because they have amazing swears over there? So.
Yeah, you can be expecting to hear some good quality UK harsh swear words.
Oh, I might have to get on that then.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So you ended up getting the Doge QB. That's good because I know that when we were talking, that was what we were speculating on. We were like, oh, what's the first thing you're gonna buy? And you said, the dog collar for the Doge QB. And it's so funny trying to think back to the time where there was no auction house.
Oh, I know. You were like, I didn't get this. Now what do I do?
Yeah. there's nothing about that anymore, right? It's not, oh, I missed, I was short on some resources for this event. It's like, no, you can just go and buy them now whenever you want. Yeah, that's awesome.
My son ended up getting 2 Doge collars.
Oh, really?
He printed one, and then he sold the other collar.
Oh, right on.
I tried to buy his.
Well, now that'll get you banned.
Oh no, I paid top dollar because there was a bidding war on it.
Right on. But you heard about that, eh? The new auction house stuff that's going on. They put out kind of like a statement against anti-cheat. Yep. Yeah. You got any thoughts on that?
It's good. I mean, there was so much crap key movement. Mm-hmm. I did make the joke and say, well, now how am I going to trade boobies for cubies?
I saw that.
If it's offside, I'll say it.
Yeah. I know. So it's funny that I think that they actually started doing that. Well, I don't know what kicked it off, but before that, announcement, and Marlov was in the Discord, really pushing for some sort of penalty for people who are transferring keys. But I think what started kind of kicked it off was that purple key exchange. There was a full-on purple key transfer, blatant as hell, like doing it right in front of your face, no repercussions. So that just and when it's at that kind of level, it's at a purple key level, that can start affecting leaderboards. I mean, that's $1,000 worth of crypto, right?
That's $1,000 affecting their bottom line.
Yeah. So they did something about that, nice and swift.
Yeah, and good too. I mean, there were so many ones like that before. It was like I hope that they can find ways so that the people that run contests and that can still run their contests and deliver. I mean, I haven't joined any of the contests, but I know there's lots of people. There's lots of people that do.
They want to, yeah. I agree. I like that little part of it where you can, give someone a key. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing that, and I think that even then, even if you did that, I don't think, that's necessarily, too far gone, and I don't think they're gonna bring down the ban hammer on you for that. But, if you're doing it sneakily, they're definitely coming after you, which is nice. Yeah, that's good. It helps because of the leaderboard stuff, right? And at first I was like, I don't really care. But now that walking for keys gives you crazy leaderboard points, I'm like, yeah, no, fuck everybody else. I want my leaderboard. Like, no, you're not allowed to cheat, So yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah. So what was it? Last time we talked was July. It was like after the Canada Day, what was it? Canada Day event, maybe?
Yeah, 3-day Canada Day or 2-day Canada Day event.
And at that time, we didn't know that if you sold your blueprints, you wouldn't be able to get them back next year.
How many did you sell?
Well, I sold a bunch. So I ended up selling the Surf blueprint. I ended up selling the Canada Day blueprint, which I'm still looking for today. Luckily, I mean, if I had an OG QB blueprint to sell, I probably would have sold it.
Both my sons sold their OG QBs.
Oh, like the actual QBs, not the blueprint? Yeah. And do you know how much they got for it?
One was $2,700 and the other was $25.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
They told me, I said something about future events, and they were like, "We want a red key, sell our stuff, put our stuff in the auction house, and get us a red key," because they're kids, right? Yeah. Like they like the game, they like to have fun, but they're like, we want money. My youngest son bought a Switch.
Oh, really?
With his game money last year.
That's so awesome. I love that.
I was so happy and proud of him because he saved the money and he played enough to, buy his own Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of these things where, especially during the events, you can rack up money too. So that was kind of my goal. I know that we're doing why don't you show everybody the nice little shirt you got there?
Oh, did I just fade into my background?
Yeah, you did. Chest, arms, eat, sleep, repeat.
I don't do leg day. I
No.
work out 3 to 4 days a week, and there is not a single leg day in there.
Dude, you bike.
Yep.
That's legs. That's legs enough.
I'm old. I have beat my knees and joints up.
Mhm.
The walking is killing me.
Yeah. I know. I'm actually, so today's going to be the first day. It's actually the second day where I'm not going to complete it. But it's the first day I intentionally am not completing it. I'm just like chilling at home, having a beer. Cheers. Sapporo, and you got your rum. Yeah. So I'm just taking it easy today, and but because my legs need a rest, right? It's been nonstop, especially for the Hawaii event. Did you end up completing the Hawaii event?
No.
I
only had 150 keys going into it, and there was about 3 days in a row I was down to less than 20 keys, and one day I was down to 9 by the end of the day. And I still needed a couple hundred. I was like, I am not getting that. I tried to bid on it on the turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Smushy put it in the. He had 2, and I said, look, I'll start the bidding at 1 red key if you put it in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up for over 2.
I saw that. That was a very pricey turtle.
Yeah, I was debating a second bid on it, and when it was like 1,500, and I was humming and hawing, and I said it to my wife, and she says, well, how much is that converted? I said, $150. And she was like,
no,
look, I will kill you. She goes, I know you like your game, but she goes, you'll die.
Don't expect to wake up tomorrow.
No.
That's actually really funny because something similar happened to me where I didn't ask for permission. I ended up buying 3 red keys worth of tiki blueprints, and I was showing my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, look at all these tiki blueprints I have. This is worth $300. And she looks at me like, are you stupid? Like, you're the stupidest person ever.
See, I wasn't asking for permission. I was humming and hawing, and my wife caught me. And how many tikis have you printed so far?
I've printed. I could give you the exact number. Let me pull it up on my phone. I'm gonna guess somewhere in the range of 30, and I probably have 20 unique ones. I can be certain right now. So I've bought 20 or 31. I've printed 31, and I have like 20.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I've been selling all of my extras, just because I don't know why. I'm not hodling.
You don't need extras of
them. I don't need extras, but I'm not even sure I need all 27 tikis. Because I'm not sure what the mechanic is there, but if it's one of those things where you gotta travel to the location, I'm probably not gonna go to Hawaii anytime soon to drop 27 tiki warriors into a volcano.
I love Hawaii, but I can't. I mean, it's too pricey to fly there from Canada just for.
Exactly. I mean, if it would be great if they, put 2 purple vaults there, and I could hit them both. I'd sell my whole stash except for the Tiki Warriors. Go there and,
Yep.
Then it'd be worth it. But
I'm sitting on 2 of those Caliponas right now in about 15 prints.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That's the one with the kind of like the fire mask, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are really cool. I think those are the most expensive ones for sure.
Yeah, they're in the right-hand corner of the chart. And I was like, nice. I got the first one and I was happy, and I got the second one. I was like, oh, this is going in the auction house in 6 months.
So you learned from your mistake with the Missy, eh?
Yeah. Well, the Missy I just sold. So
right. Sorry. Yeah, you did.
I learned from my mistake with the Doge.
Right. Well, that's good. That's how you do it. It's awesome. Okay. So we'll just go through some of the new stuff that's happened in the game. But this is a unique one because we kind of have so much to catch up on, but also I want to talk about the new stuff. So we'll just run through some of this. So, what happened basically, by the time that we talked last to now, there's been probably 5 or 6 events. Which event was your favorite out of all of the ones that since Canada Day?
Since Canada Day. I really like the Hawaii event and going with that vault count.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I really, really love that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Other than that, probably the elemental event, because I had
Yes.
figured out how to get the different elements to spawn, and no one believed me, but it worked every time.
Okay, I gotta hear this.
So for where I was, it went air, ground, water, fire.
Okay.
If I spawn in air and I let it despawn,
Mm-hmm.
my next one was always ground.
Hmm.
If I let that despawn, the next one was always water. If I let that despawn, then it might be a fire or it might be an air again.
Okay.
And it worked for me. It worked for both my sons, and it worked for a couple other people I know. And I put it into Discord, and everyone was like, "You're full of crap."
So
like, whatever, guys.
You waited 6 months to get it on the podcast and tell them off.
No, not tell them off. I've never told. I've told people off, but not on.
Yeah.
In Discord, I
have. So did that ended up working for you. You spawned like fire monoliths and got fire hearts from that?
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I did that because my elemental invasion event, I didn't spawn one fire monolith, but I man, it's so hard to like think back now and think about the game mechanics, but I believe at the time if you hit green vaults there was a better chance of spawning a fire monolith.
Yeah, I think they came from like green or yellow.
Mm-hmm.
There was a group of us that managed to get a fire. Like we had 4 fires pop at once.
Wow.
And it was right near the end of the event, and we were all. What did we do? I think we did the yellow, and then we had a red.
Yeah.
Because we were the last CD to get a red, and we all popped these fire monoliths, so we were rushing.
Like running, yeah.
Yeah. Like end of the event, we're hopping in our cars, driving the 15 blocks like madmen.
Well, you actually had to at the time, right? Like there, I think they figured out the mechanics afterwards, after that happened. But yeah, it was only an hour, and if you were on foot, you were basically fucked.
Yeah. Oh, you were screwed. One guy was on bike, and I was like, "Guy,
yeah, hop in."
Why are you on your bike? Get in someone's car.
Yeah, for that one, it was a little unfortunate that you had to do that because I remember, spawning a monolith and, looking back, it's just blinking off in the distance, and I'm like, that's could be like a 2-hour walk, and it's an air monolith. Do I even go for it?
Yeah, I'd seen so many air monoliths by the end of that event that I was driving
and
while hunting with someone, and I was like, my friend was like, pull over for this. I said, no,
yeah,
I'm sick of those. We're going to that green vault.
Yeah, that actually that happened to me too. Like you eventually get sick of those the lower tiered monoliths, and it's funny because now in retrospect those air cubies are selling for 200 300 keys each. It would have been a little bit profitable to stop for those air hearts.
Oh, maybe I should print some then.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 9 of them. I got a few. I'm waiting for that price to go even higher.
It will.
I also have a couple of the blueprints as well, which have been those have been going pretty crazy too, like almost 500 keys.
Oh,
yeah.
You got a couple.
So here's my pro hunter tip for all those people listening out there. What I've been doing since the start of the events is I'll buy multiple blueprints as the event's going on. So I did it for this event with the surf blueprint because holy smokes, there was like 6 or 7, and I guess this will go live tonight. So, and also there's more in the auction house right now, so there's like 6 of them.
I'll be hitting the auction house shortly.
Yeah, so I was getting them for like less than 100 keys each, and if you have the spare keys to do that, it's definitely worth it because, even in a couple months from now, you can sell them for 200. And then, before this event, they were going for crazy amounts. So, it's just a buy and hold kind of thing just to like stack your account a little bit. So that's been my play since the start of all the events. It's been working.
I really like the Christmas event too with the trees.
Yeah.
Just because we ended up with like a tree farm over by my house.
Yeah.
Where all the vaults are. It was amazing.
It works really well if you have a group, right?
Yeah.
That one really worked, especially if you had multiple players in your household. Like if you have your family doing Coin Hunt World, that was your event, because that it really did help placing all those trees everywhere. So another thing, I started stacking those trees too.
I bought a few of those too.
Okay, we're on the same path. Okay. Well, what are you gonna do with those? Are you gonna place them next Christmas event or sell them right before?
I'll place them next Christmas event.
Yeah.
So I have more trees.
Yeah.
I think we had about 15 trees within 2 blocks of my house.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It legit looked like a tree farm, and there was a great big epic tree in the middle.
Nice. That's
awesome.
Like,
this is the best. Magnus goes hard on every event, and
I actually see that's the name that I know the most is Magnus, and then Katla is the other one who's next to you, right? So I see both of them, but I see Magnus a lot up there on the leaderboards, and it's funny that yeah, and yeah, they go hard, huh?
They super hard.
Yeah. What about yourself?
I go over winter. No.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
I ain't going out. This winter was so ugly that over summer here, our weather hasn't been the best. A lot of rain and a lot of wind. So I've gone out on some pretty windy days already. I was like, oh, this isn't so bad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The elements can get you. I'm waiting for them to kind of implement a key reward for the weather, Have you seen that idea been spouted around on the Discord?
I haven't, but I like it.
Yeah, so like it helps Canadians more than anybody. Right? Like those people in California are already getting, they have the best routes, they have the most user vaults, they have all the exclusive content, so might as well throw the Canadians a few extra keys.
Vancouver would love it, right? Because it only rains there all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and the UK, but I mean, you don't get extra keys for rain, man. That's too easy.
Fair enough.
All right. So we caught up on the events. So it was good to catch up there. Obviously there's so much more we could talk about, but let's get into like just some of the new stuff, right? And talk about some of the new stuff. So how has the new supercharged mystery boxes benefited your life? Because I feel like most of the players, it has benefited. I mean, it's definitely benefited me. Has it benefited you?
For the most part.
Okay.
I mean, before they nerfed them, it was great.
Yeah.
Now all I'm getting is 8.
8s, yeah.
I've gotten 10 once. I haven't even gotten a 20 yet.
Have you gotten a 50?
I wish. I will actually jump up.
Yeah.
And my wife will be like, "What are you screaming about?"
Well, it's funny because, man, that 50 is so elusive, and I got it twice before the nerf. But you're right. Ever since the nerf, I've only been getting. I haven't gotten a 20 since the nerf.
But I will say, getting 8 at a time, 3 times a day, is still better than having to go out and key hunt.
Agreed.
I used to have to go out and there anywhere near my house that I could walk and bike to, 10 keys.
Right. Yeah.
So I was having to drive for 2 hours to get 100 keys.
Yeah.
And I drive a truck.
Mm-hmm. Not ideal.
Not ideal. So I take my wife's car. Yeah. And she's like, "Why are you running all the mileage up on my car?"
Uh-oh.
I just told her, "Hey, it's quiet time for you. I get out of the house. The boys are playing tech in their room, and you get quiet time away from me."
There you go. All you got to do is run up the kilometers.
Yeah.
That's the trade-off. Yeah, no, the mystery boxes are great. I'm enjoying them a lot. Yeah, you're right. Getting 8 3 times a day kind of hurts, but if you think back and you got 2 3 times a day, like 2 keys 3 times a day, oh, you were livid. So 8 now is fine, Eight's a sweet spot, and I think I said this on the last podcast with Mom Loves You. I'm at the point where I'm not salty yet about getting 8s. I'm still in this spot where I'm like, oh yay, eight keys, but that time's coming. It's coming soon.
I was salty during the event when
Yeah.
I was down to 9 keys, and I was like, I hit my next vault, it was at 8. I was like, are you
Yeah.
friggin' kidding me?
Yeah, how nice would have that been if you got a 50 key drop there? Yeah.
I immediately would have hopped on the bike.
Well, it might have helped you complete the quest.
Yep.
Right? Like if you were 100 volts shy of the quest and you got a 50 key drop, that could potentially push you all the way to the end.
I stopped hitting system vaults during the quest because they return less keys.
They do, but they still count as a vault.
But when you're short on keys, every key counts.
You're right. Yeah.
If I'm turning 1 key into 2, that's better than 1 key into 1.
Yes, that's true. So I wasn't doing that. And were you hitting green vaults to try to get a key return back?
No.
Okay.
I hit the green vaults only if I went on my biking route.
Yeah.
Which there was, if I go the right way, there's a yellow and I think 5 greens.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. But that was one of the other strategies you could have employed, right? Is trying to hit a green vault for like 5 keys back, and you imagine how pumped you'd be.
Did you hit a green vault and do the Hawaii event questions for it?
I don't have those kind of balls.
I think I wasted 5 keys.
Okay, pause. Last podcast, you were telling me about how you hit a green vault and it took you 6 keys.
Yep. That's about right.
This is a trend.
So until the Hawaii event, I was sitting on 72 green keys.
Yeah. Okay.
So I throw green keys away. I don't care.
Oh, was the question difficult? Do you remember the questions?
One was something about the fruit of love in the Hawaiian language.
Oh, God.
I got it wrong, and I'm pretty sure I should have chose guava, but I don't know if that's the right answer. But I know I got it wrong.
Okay.
So I was like, no, I'm going back to technology.
Yeah. Yeah, technology and science. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's funny because with those Hawaii event questions, it would automatically give you a resource box, which was really super nice. But I noticed that on the green vaults, if you solve the green vaults, it still gave you a resource box. So I don't really know what the point of choosing the Hawaii event questions were. And judging by how difficult they were on the blue vaults, I was like, no, I'm not even going to bother touching them on the green vaults.
Well, someone made that slideshow, that slide deck.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see it.
So it was on the Facebook. Like, I know there's a lot of people who are like, it's not, if they don't have a Discord, I don't want to friend them, but the Canada Facebook group is really active, and someone put a full slide deck of all the Hawaii questions on there. Oh, wow. And I legit studied it like probably 3 different times.
Yeah. And did it help?
Helped a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a lot of right answers that I would have definitely got wrong.
Yeah. See, that happened to me for the blue questions. I know that they were put up on the wiki, which was nice. And I ended up glancing them over. and that helped. That certainly helped. But you're actually right. There's a Facebook scene in Coin Hunt world that is not being tapped into. Like, a lot of us are like, join the Discord, but a lot of people are using Facebook as their discourse platform.
There's a lot of people, especially out here in Regina, that I know that refuse to use Discord at all. They're like, why do I need to get another app to message someone if I've already got Facebook that can message?
Especially because Discord is it's slightly confusing, especially if you've never used it before and you're not tech savvy. It's not the greatest platform. And Facebook works better for those people. I really wish I was on Facebook. I've stopped going on Facebook for a while.
Were you getting bans like I do?
I don't know. I wasn't, but I just don't need Facebook in my life, I got rid of Instagram for the same reason.
Nobody needs Facebook in their life.
No, you're right.
But
absolutely.
where am I going to share my memes with everyone otherwise and get my Facebook bans for being vulgar?
Facebook's been banning you?
I don't even get day bans anymore. They just go straight to 30s now.
They don't even warn you, eh?
No, I got warnings for stuff from 7 years ago. I was like,
man.
what? Get out of here.
I'm going to have to get your Facebook page later.
It's King Thermos. If you look up King Thermos on Facebook, it'll take you to me.
There you go.
I pretty much trademarked that name every single place I could.
Yeah, that's a good name. I like that. So how'd you get that name?
All right, speaking of vulgar.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a story here.
Yeah.
On my Facebook, probably it would have been just after Facebook started, so like 15 years ago or something like that. I had a status, and it said, start your Kegels and call your vagina repairman because I'm hung like a thermos. Because I read it, some comedian said it, or I read it in a book, and I just started dying laughing, so I put that as my Facebook status.
Yeah.
And a girl I worked with was like, she was at home, and she read it out loud. She's like, oh my God, Sean is so vulgar. This is what he put.
Yeah.
And her mom referred to me as the thermos for the next year. She didn't know my name. She just asked, how's the thermos doing?
Wow.
So I was like, well, I'm going to run with this.
And now you're King Thermos.
Well, someone's got to be the king of those people.
Oh my gosh, that's actually funny. Do you remember the comedian who said that? That's a good line.
I don't.
Okay.
But I like died laughing when I heard it because I was like, this is the best thing ever.
That's crazy. Okay. So mystery boxes have been treating you good then?
Yep.
Okay. That's all I wanted to hear. What about the walking? So the walking quest's obviously introduced. We talked about this almost a year ago. This was on the plate, on the agenda of things to do. I think at this point it had just been like an idea that a lot of players were pushing. I know Zach wanted this idea for a long time, and maybe that's where, it kind of like got into my brain a little bit, but it had been a very popular topic for quite a while. I remember like in past podcasts, I used to ask players, what they were most excited for. And that was one of the answers almost all the time. They wanted the walking for keys. So it's here now. How do you?
Well, yeah, because Illusion Weaver had said a long time ago that he wanted it to be more active and less driving.
Right.
More walking, more biking, more activity based. So I think that's where that started. Like, I only get to the end of 5, usually 6, sometimes quest 5 each day.
Yeah, and then you pack it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk the dogs. I do all my walking then, most of my walking. I've got kids. I coach soccer.
Yeah.
I'm job hunting. I got fired again.
No. Last time we talked, you got a good one.
Yeah, Boston. It was a long story.
It is. Yeah, I'll get that off air. But
so maybe if Illusion Weaver or Xavier need an excellent customer service person. 16 years with software right here. I'm amazing.
Wow. You hear that, guys? Yes. So send in your resume to Titanium Toaster.
I can't find where to send it. I looked. I won't even lie. I was like, whoa, that would be amazing.
Of course it would. Pay you in crypto.
My wife might murder me for that.
No, we need US dollars, huh? Or Canadian dollars, sorry.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, you are right though. Illusion Weaver ended up saying a lot of things about it. He wanted the game to be an activity healthy game, and it just wasn't like that. Like the trajectory we were going was not healthy.
No, not at all.
At all. No, and he reeled it in quickly, I think, which is nice because, they let it go on for a couple of months where driving and playing was the only way you could really do it. But now it's a lot healthier. People still drive and play, and that was very apparent in the Hawaii event, right? Which
most places you're not getting 1,200 volts without driving.
Exactly. And if you are doing it, you're doing it over the full 10 days, which is what I did.
Yeah.
But you're certainly not finishing it within the first 23 hours. Like,
hey, kudos, like that's props to that. I was like looking at that. I was like, 1200 volts in 23 hours. That's impressive.
And he was not done. Like, he could have done more, I'm sure. So we're talking about line locks, by the way. And that guy is an absolute beast. So not only that, but he got the 5 turtle shells, all the flowers he needed to print. It's ridiculous, right? So he was obviously driving, and a lot of the players who finished the quest, the top 5 to get that like special NFT, they were also driving. But see, this is where I have no problems with it. I really have no problems with it if they want to do that during the event, because it's funny. I'll watch them during the event on the leaderboards, like skyrocket, and then 4 days later I'm above them because I've been doing the walking quests. So like, yeah, you finished earlier. I'll finish higher on the leaderboards. It's a fair trade-off. I'm really happy with what they did with this walking mechanic. It makes the game so much more fun. Like, it makes it really, really fun for me.
I saw, what did K-Hag put in the K-Hag from the wiki? K-Hag, is it K-Hag? Yeah.
Yeah, K-Hag, Kevin.
He put something in Discord the other day. It said, I think it's closer to almost equivalent to 90 to 100k resin in dozers or cranes.
For the whole thing, or for level 8?
For to get the end of level 8 on the walking quest.
Equivalent to almost 100k?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. And I mean, it's not Illusion Weaver saving it, but if I'm going to trust anyone's numbers, it's the wiki team.
It's not even just the wiki team, it's Kevin for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. This is why people are crushing me.
If Kevin says it or Peregrine says it, I'm probably pretty convinced that they're right. And and I was messaging him because I figured, so it was like the second day of the quest. I was like, hey, did you figure out how many leaderboard points it is yet? So he didn't, but like we needed to wait until the next month started so he could he was I forget what he was doing, but he was like solving vaults and then completing the quest to see how many it would go over. So he was doing some serious intel. But yeah, the I mean, I like that they did that. They made walking the new meta for leaderboard points. It's awesome. And it really, I like it so much because that was exactly what I was doing. That's how I was playing. So it literally just fell right into my pocket.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go buy some stocks in Nike and Adidas now.
If you want to talk to Posp, I think he's an Under Armour fan. So, and apparently their stock's down. So that could be a prime time investment and not financial advice. God. Yes. Okay. What do I have here? So you've been liking the walking quest, and we've talked about how the biking also works slightly. It works a little bit. Yeah. So I forget. Are you on iPhone or are you on Android?
I'm on Android.
Okay. And I think there's a little bit of a discrepancy between tracking those two, like the steps. I think Android's a little bit better at tracking than iPhone is. But I know for me, if I have my low battery mode on for my iPhone, it will count like maybe 1/3 of the steps that I actually take, or however they're doing in the amount of the keys. I think it might be time frame. But yeah,
a couple of times, and someone gave me heck for it in the Discord, and I was like, I don't care. I'm testing things. Yeah. I like to test and break things, especially in software. It's what I did for years. I took my phone out and my son's phone out, and I hotspotted to his phone, and he got 1.5 times the walking distance I did. Every single time. I was like, what is happening here? So
trying to switch phones.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, you got to get a new phone. Same one that he has. Whatever's better for walking.
He's got my old phone. It's got cracks in it and dents in it, and all from me. So someone was like, you can't run 2 phones. I was like, well, I'm checking the walking things to see how accurate they are. And his phone hotspotted to mine was way better.
They didn't say anything about that being against the rules. The only thing they've said is the auction house. So I think you're in the clear, especially if you're testing purposes. Makes no sense.
I don't care if someone gets mad about it anyways.
No, yeah. It's not a big deal.
No.
Okay. So I think I saw you get yourself another drink, but I just finished mine, but I'm moving on to another one here, and it's a tropical storm daiquiri.
What? I love daiquiris.
Yeah,
I love fruity drinks. Oh,
I do too.
So
Let me taste it. It's probably gonna taste horrible. Cool. Anyways,
needs to be cold.
it's a little bit chilled, but
I'm gonna do a shout out here to my favorite rum.
Yes. Look at that.
What is it?
What type of rum is that? I mean, you're in a full bar. You got a full background bar scene. It's like he just reached back and grabbed a bottle.
Let me get this off my shelf.
Yeah.
It's Florida Cana Nicaraguan rum.
Right, and you were telling me you've been there.
Yeah, I love Nicaragua. Almost got mugged there. I got saved by the sketchiest guy in town who I'd made friends with within an hour of landing.
Really?
That's a story.
That sounds like a great story.
We went there with work.
Yeah.
To go and I was saying we were digging the water trenches for our town that had no water. Mm-hmm. So we arrive in town and they're like, "Don't wander too far." I was like, "Whatever, I'm just going down the street." And they're like, "Don't go on your own." I was like, "Yep, see ya."
Not listening to a word they say.
No. Bump into this actual, like, the sketchiest dude ever, made friends with him, added him to Facebook.
Wow.
Talked with him all week, and all my coworkers are going down the street, and they're like, the sketchiest guy just came up to us and was like, "You're from Canada, you know Sean."
What did you do?
I was like, "This is the best."
That's
and
awesome.
Then there was one night I was stumbling home from the bar, and I was in an alley, and this car came flying by and slammed his brakes.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No, it's not good.
No.
Not down there. And all of a sudden, my buddy came. He was the prince of. What town were we in? Prince of the town.
Oh, Prince of a town.
Yeah, he called himself the prince.
Oh, okay. He just
called himself the prince.
Self-proclaimed prince.
Yeah, he kept running up. He said, No, he's good.
Wow.
And then the car drove away.
Totally saved you.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's the best.
He definitely has pull. He might be the damn prince if he can do that. That's awesome. Okay, so because of the removal of the key booth, that was a great story, by the way. Because of the removal of the key booths, it has now added a bunch of user vaults, or not user vaults, a bunch of system vaults. So, I mean, that's great, right?
Yep.
For places that don't have a ton of vaults, and they had, I would even like to say maybe your area, right? Now that you now have more vaults to hit, which means more crypto for you.
Yeah, it's added. We had 20 or 25 user vaults, and I think it's added 5 system vaults in my dog walk area.
Yeah. So
I'm happy.
Yeah. See, that actually helped me complete the Hawaii quest because I had about 50. And so at the beginning of when everybody was speculating on how many vaults it was going to take to open, I was praying for 1,000 because I have 50 user vaults, 10 days, hitting them twice a day, 100 vaults a day. I was like, I can just make it if they make it 1,000. And so I opened up the quest line and it says 1,200, and I was kind of like hurt. I was like, 200 isn't that bad. 200, I can go on a bike ride a couple of days during the event and collect enough for 200 vaults. But I didn't really take into account that those key booths are now system vaults. So it turns out I actually have 65. So it was perfect. It was actually really perfect. I ended up completing the Hawaii event on the last day, and that was all calculated and stuff. But yeah, I had a blast during the Hawaii event. Did you actually end up getting the turtle blueprint, or did you not get the turtle blueprint?
I didn't get the turtle. I bid on smushies.
Yeah.
I started it at a red key. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it went above.
Did you get the seal blueprint though?
Yeah. Yeah. I just printed the seal yesterday. Actually.
Nice. Okay.
I can't decide. I might put him. I run the OG QB all the time.
Yeah.
Except I think I have the Kelapona right now, but I might run that seal because I like how cute he is when he hops.
Yeah, I haven't printed him, so I don't know what he looks like when he walks. What is it? Is it a good one?
It's good. He hops. As I hop like a seal.
Yeah, that was a good impression.
Yeah, I saw the video up. Someone put the video and I was like, oh my god, that's adorable.
That is. And so the only problem I find with the seal is that it's 1,000 of those, and I'm gonna butcher this. Anthurium.
Yeah.
Flowers. Yeah, it's 1,000 of those, so it's kind of pricey, you know.
I had 1,300 or 1,400.
Yeah, but so. you needed 2,000 to print the turtle.
I wasn't getting the turtle.
Right. So I ended up getting. That's what actually made my Hawaii event really, really good. So I've been telling throughout the podcast, one of my biggest mistakes, right, is selling that surf blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
When I didn't realize I couldn't get it back. But little did I know that surf QB that I had was going to be really, really important this go around, and I didn't sell it. And so that was one of the reasons why I was able to complete the quest, is because I didn't actually have to spend resources on obtaining a surf QB blueprint and then printing the surf QB or printing the seal to advance in that quest block, which was really nice because it saved me 1,000 flowers, a bunch of lays, a bunch of hibiscus. So that saved my Hawaii quest, holding that surf QB from must have been August. And that was very close to the time that we last spoke, actually.
I kept getting turtle shells.
You got a lot, eh?
I ended up with 6.
Okay. Oh wow.
I got 2 within my 25 vault walk one day.
Oh,
so Magnus almost killed me over that one.
Yeah.
I've done like 800 volts and got like 3, and you're sitting on 5 already.
So there, I don't know if you saw this, but Block Boy actually didn't finish the event because of that reason.
What?
I know. I was shocked. I was really shocked because obviously it's Block Boy and he doesn't need to go. Like, I feel like if he goes 50% of what he usually does, it's still like 200% better than me.
Yeah.
So I was really shocked, and he explained in a tweet thread, and it started making sense to me. So obviously he was good on all the resources. He was obviously good on all the vaults. So in the first 3 days, he basically had it all done, and he needed turtle shells, and he actually ended up only needing 1 turtle shell. So for the next 4 days or 5 days, he was content, and he was just, hitting vaults. He thought a turtle shell would come.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. He didn't buy one on the auction house, and it just slipped away from him at the last second. So he was under the impression that he was going to get it. And if you're a Block Boy, or, if you're anybody who's hitting that amount of vaults a day, and you've already gotten 4, you already gotten 3 of those turtle shells, you're for sure thinking, oh, I don't need to spend, 2 yellow keys or a yellow key or whatever it is in the auction house to get that last turtle shell. Probably would have been a good idea.
Yeah. If I was getting close like that and I had 4 and I was like, I would have put one on anyways.
For sure. You just bid on it.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with overkill.
No, absolutely not. And you can always sell the resources later.
Oh, those turtle shells are cheap now.
Really cheap. And so let me see how many I have left over. I have 7. And I printed, so I had 12. It's pretty. There were a lot of players, including Coin Demon, who is actually the host of that UK podcast that you got to check out. He ended up. I haven't been in touch with him since the event ended, but he was struggling hard too. Like, hit almost all 1,200 vaults and got 1 turtle shell.
See, I got most of mine before I even unlocked the seal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like before I did, the 100 keys to get open the seal.
Right.
I was sitting on 3 already.
Yeah.
I was
like they were kind of common. They were kind of common, yeah.
Like the cinnamon sticks at Christmas, I have 11.
I have so many of those, and I got more in my tickler box, which I and man, I called it. I knew it was coming because my tickler box. I wish I could remember. I wish I took a screenshot, but I ended up getting 50 dragon scales, which I was like, oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got 5 turtle shells. Oh, that's why I have 7. Yeah. I got 5 turtle shells, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's okay. And then the next box pops up, and I'm like, I feel it. I feel cinnamon sticks coming out of this. Like, it's already been too good for me, and it was. And I ended up getting blood and magical fabric as well. But so my tickler box wasn't too bad, but I think the idea is you want to finish the quest to get that blueprint. The HQ skin blueprint.
That's what I wanted, was the HQ skin blueprint. And then I looked at the 1200 keys. I'm like, I'm not getting that, and I really want that blueprint.
Yeah, it's tough. So you might be able to buy one on the auction house. I don't know who's selling. It's not going to be me.
Cheap. I'm pretty cheap like that.
Yeah. Maybe we can make a trade for your leprechaun blueprint. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Hawaii event. Like, all in all, in total. One of the first events where walking was the main priority.
Yeah.
If you really want to count Halloween, if you want to count Halloween, where if you walked, it was better odds. It spawned a cauldron.
Better odds, but the cauldron spawned so far.
So far, it made no sense.
Like, you're walking in one area and the cauldron spawns 4.5 kilometers away. I was like, this is some crap.
They did do a little bit better than the monoliths, right? Where they lasted 8 hours.
Yeah.
So you did have time to, if you didn't have time to get it that exact moment, you could have waited, 8 hours to actually get it. So that was a little bit better, but you're right. That spawning mechanism needs to be improved slightly. I think maybe if they did it, so it's in front of you. So it happens on vaults that you haven't already hit.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help. Maybe that won't. I don't know. Just
reduce the radius for it.
Yeah.
Instead of the full 5 kilometer radius, reduce it down to 2.5.
Yeah.
A little distance is okay, but it was like, why is it way over there? I'm looking at the map going, what is happening here?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I don't know if you got a chance to see the all the Hawaiian players solve the purple vault.
No.
Oh, they got a clan over there, like
Nice.
a giant clan. Like, they got like 5 or 6, and these players are top of the leaderboard. So
I've looked at the Hawaii map before. Oh
my God,
yes.
It's better than Toronto. I think it's better than Toronto and Vancouver. I think that might be the best place on the earth to play Coin Hunt World.
It is. I've looked at that map, and I was like, I told my wife, I was like, Pam, look at this. And she's like, if we go to Hawaii and you go and play Coin Hunt the whole time, I'll murder you.
Man,
I've been there before. So she's like, you've been to Hawaii before? And doesn't mean you can just go and play your game the whole time.
Man, how hard would it not to be play Coin Hunt World if you're in Hawaii? I'd have to open the app. I'd have to. It's just too good there.
Yeah.
So those players went. There was actually a Discord call, and everybody was in there. So it was nice to see them solve it. Actually, one of the players missed the question and didn't get it right. I know. Would you like to know the question? And I'd like to see if you can get the answer right.
Yep.
Okay. After that Medium article came out for the 1-year anniversary, you remember that Medium article?
Yes.
Okay. Step in the right direction already. How many QBs were left in print shops in the last year?
Oh, I just saw someone just put the number the other day, and it was like 3,000 or something like that.
Close. Not really. 1,040.
Okay.
Tough question.
See, I've always had a theory about the purple vault,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my plan if I ever get near a purple vault.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm really good with. I'm a tech person. I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually spend like 8 to 10 hours putting the wiki into an Excel document that I can easily search.
Searchable, yeah.
Yeah. so that it was. I'm going to this purple vault. I am
For sure.
got my Excel document on my laptop right here. My wife would be like, "What are you doing?" She does that a lot.
You'd need your help. I'd be like, Google it.
I would be like, "Open this document. The answer's here."
Yeah. That's a great idea. I would do probably something similar. I would research all the purple questions.
I'm not talking purple questions. I would research I would put most of that wiki into an Excel document or a database.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's very doable. Well, it would take a long time, but I mean, is that worth $1,000? Probably.
Yep.
Right? That's probably worth $1,000. And well, what happened is that, you know, they had this big old group call, and they were OG hunters, so they kind of basically, I mean, that question stumped, I think it was Jenny 808. It stumped her because that's a tough question, but a lot of the other questions were, you know, who was the unluckiest hunter in the Halloween event, or things like that, and they knew the answer. And once you know the answer, you're pretty confident you choose right. But they also had a full call of all of us on there. Like I was on standby on Google, ready to like Google a question for them, and they didn't need it at all, which I thought was really, really funny, because if I'm doing a purple question, I'm going to be like, are you sure, guys? Are you sure? Are you really sure? But they were pretty confident, and I'm pretty sure 4 or 5 of them, or maybe 3 of them, got $1,000 worth of crypto. So
nice.
That's a large payout.
Which then turned into 50 cents in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, as long as it's not Luna. I don't know if you saw that. Oh boy. That one was crazy. The Luna?
Absolutely ridiculous.
My brother bought Luna when it was 3 cents, which I don't, if you don't know what you're doing, that kind of makes sense. But you know, little crypto side tangent here. They were printing more Luna to try to sell it off to help them. So, you know, buying Luna at that point was pointless because they're just going to print more so they can sell more, running his $250 into the ground. But what happened was he bought it with crypto.com. So they actually reimbursed him, which was really, really nice because they had the wrong prices for a little bit. So if you bought anything with crypto.com in the past week and it went down, you might be able to get a refund.
I moved off of crypto.com.
Why?
Because they have all their card rewards.
Yep.
And they overnight said, we are slashing all our card rewards. And they dumped them by like 75%.
Yeah.
Everyone got mad.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came back and said, okay, well, we'll go back up. And they brought it to 50% of what it was. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's crap.
Still bad. Yeah.
So I didn't have a lot on there, but I was like, nope.
You moved it. Yeah.
I moved it.
So I'm doing the same thing. I'm with crypto.com. I have that card. And I don't really use it a lot. So that change didn't really like affect me a lot. But what affects me is that they nerfed their earn program too. So I was getting like 6% on my ETH, and now it's like 2.5. I was like, okay, no thanks. So I'm yanking all my stuff out of crypto.com too, but I'm still a user. I still like, if I want a fiat buy, I want a spot market buy, and I just want the crypto right now, I'll just go to crypto.com and buy. But I'm doing the same thing you are. I'm yanking out of crypto.com.
Yeah, I didn't have the card, but I was like, I don't like when companies do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kept some because there's some junk.
Yeah.
I like my crap coins.
Yes. More power to you. No problem there. And you know, right now is the perfect time to be buying crap coins. You know, if they can survive a bear market, that's good. But you know, if we're not in a bear market, those could definitely, create some wealth.
5 or 10 on them every now and then. I'm like,
yeah,
5 or 10 of junk. Yeah. Why not? I've tipped a waitress more than that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, it's less than a coffee at Starbucks. Yep. Damn, that Canadian inflation. All right, where are we at here? What were you talking about? Oh, the Hawaii event. So I guess let's talk about the Tiki blueprints. I know we did a little bit already, but so we just got 2 extras in the mail today, I think. That was from some sort of Twitter reward. I don't know. I didn't retweet it.
The only time I use Twitter anymore is to retweet things for Coin Hunt World.
Perfect. That's awesome.
I gave up on Twitter. I just got sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
But now when they're like, "Oh, we need this retweeted," I'm like, I still got followers.
Oh
so
yes, yeah, for sure. That's good. So that was nice. I purchased a lot of them. I think I ended up putting 3 red keys worth. And then I put a red key into the Hawaii quest chain. And I bought a lot of materials and I bought some stuff. So I have no keys except for. Actually, I'm looking at my key stack. It's not too bad. So I have
how key whales go broke.
Yes, that's straight up. I still have 1,200 blue keys though.
I wish.
And I have 77 green, but the rest I have nothing. So, I mean, is that even bad?
Nah, what have I got? 2 red.
Okay.
21 yellow.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like 27 green, I think, because I used a red to buy all my 50 blueprints. Like,
you ended up buying 50 tikis. Okay.
Yeah, I started to do the greens one at a time, and I hit 2, and I was like, wait, I can just use a red. Screw it. I'll just upforge. It's quicker for me to upforge than it is to put enough to buy all these tikis using all my greens.
I know. I did the exact same thing. I was like, swipe a yellow. Actually, why am I swiping yellow? It's just forge that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 150. So why did you buy the tiki? Pardon me. Sorry. Why did you buy them? Are you buying them to print? Are you buying them to hodl? What's your play on these tiki warriors?
Kind of a mix. I want all of them. I know I'm not going to get them all, so I'm hoping just get doubles of the rare one. I got 2 of that.
And you did?
I did. Yep. I got 2 of that Caliponis, so it'll go up. One of them will go in the auction house for sure eventually. Mm-hmm. But I'll print some more until I don't know, down to 10.
Yeah.
10 or 5.
And then just hold those?
Yep.
Yeah.
See how the blueprints go for price. I mean, the cat blueprints went ridiculous high for a week there. They were like, what, 100 a piece or something stupid like that? Mm-hmm. Which made no sense.
Timing that market is so tough. It's so tricky to time that. I mean, a perfect example is the resin. God damn. Like you can
so much resin.
Yeah, but you cannot at any given time you cannot tell me what the price of resin is or what it's going to sell for. It just doesn't happen. It's so random. Like there's no peg. Yeah, there's like certain weeks where it's higher or lower, but other than that, like you seriously don't know, and that's kind of what it is for the cat blueprints, and I'm guessing that's what it's gonna be like for the Tiki Warriors.
Yep.
If you put the right amount and the person who wants them bad, you just got lucky.
Yeah, I think I was selling 20,000 resin for 100 keys at one point.
Dude, do you remember? So let's go back to when we first spoke. When we were talking on our first podcast, the Hunter's Lodge was actually happening at the same time. I don't know if you remember this, but we made a deal beforehand that we wouldn't watch the Hunter's Lodge.
Yeah.
And then we did the podcast, speculated on it, and then watched the Hunter's Lodge. So looking back now, like at that time, and that Hunter's Lodge had the auction house, all the details of the auction house. But fast forward a couple months, auction house is here. Resin was off the chart. Like, what was it? 10,000 resin for 100 keys.
Yeah,
that was the price
for 100 keys. It was amazing.
Yeah. And then so if you're getting 20,000 for 100 keys, that's still really, really good.
And it was, we had so much resin built up. Mm-hmm. I still have close to 600,000, I think, and I'd sold off. I don't even know how many 100,000.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So when that crane refresh came, did you get anything over there in Regina?
So we filled our crane. We were like the number 4 crane filled.
Yes.
When we got our first crane. Mm-hmm. The second crane was.
So you did.
Yeah. Okay. Second crane was in Saskatoon, which is 2.5 hours away. Mm-hmm. Their crane was up. I had my son at a doctor's appointment, but my wife was driving. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even think to look for the crane because I knew she wouldn't stop for me.
Yeah.
She lets me play the game and that, and she doesn't encourage it.
It's on your own time.
It's on my time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
that's fair.
We drove right past the crane on the way home. I looked at the map after. I was like, we went down this road. The crane's right here. I was like, oh my God, I could have half filled that.
Yeah.
But then I looked at the Discord for Saskatchewan, and the guys were like, hey, we're, making sure everyone gets their blueprint before anyone fills it. So
that's good.
Don't do what I was gonna do.
Don't. Well, that was a problem for our crane. Our crane, gosh, my Hamilton, Burlington area in Ontario is crazy good, and that it lasted for probably 4 hours. We were scrambling because we wanted everybody to get the blueprint, right? Mm-hmm. But everybody also wanted the leaderboard points. So we had to find that balance in that match. I ended up not putting any resin in because I had already bought and sold the construction QB and then blueprint and then bought it back. So I didn't really need it, but it definitely helps, new players if they want that blueprint. You definitely want to, talk to people on the Discord and communicate and make sure that everybody can get it. But yeah, if Lionlocks is in your area and he's infiltrated your Discord, we were trying to keep it on the hush because he had already done that. He found a crane in Kitchener and just filled it.
Do that too. Exactly. Fill it on his own.
Exactly. Well, he filled it. I think he did 900K, but still. And then he found another one, did it himself again.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to Lionlocks. I've spoken to him a bunch of times. That's part of the game, man.
Pimp's got a pimp.
That's part of the game, dude. If you're a player like that, and that's in your horizon, that's in your view shot, if that's what you can do and that's what you plan on doing,
go hard.
Nothing I can say, nothing I can do. I never hate on something like that. I think I like when other people hate on it. Because then it's entertaining, right? It's content, but I would never get mad at him for that. And I'm actually in his DM saying, good job. Keep making him mad.
Yeah. If people are playing the game, if they're playing the game within the game, not being dicks.
Exactly.
Do what you want.
It's a little sneaky if you're infiltrating the Discord and waiting for them to be like, oh, there's a crane here, and then you go. Mm-hmm. I don't think he did that, but that would be a mastermind play.
We have one Saskatchewan-wide Discord, and it's a message every 5 days.
Yeah. It's barren, huh?
It's barren. But I've talked to some of the guys up in Saskatoon because there's more active players up there than here, and they're fantastic. I kind of want to go up there to meet them sometime.
Yeah, but totally. I know that's one of those things. A coin hunt world meetup is. So we did that. Me and my local area, we did that when we got our crane built, and it was a lot of fun. I got to meet some new faces, and especially my area because they are always on top of the leaderboards. So it was nice to see, put faces to names and QBs. Right. So that was a lot of fun. And I ended up, making some new friends, which is a lot of fun too. But
I've taken group pictures that are red vaults. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Get together. There's only about 6 of us with red keys, but it's nice to sit and, chat with people.
Yeah.
I know most of them already. Half of them I have their phone numbers from before.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's nice to bring a group to a red vault, especially.
Yeah.
Because those ones, purple vaults, you can kind of know what's coming, but a red vault, you don't know what's coming. You could get the worst question ever. Just throw away $100 like that.
Katla got one wrong, and I was helping her with it, and I felt terrible. And she walked over to where was it? She just went and forged another red key immediately. I was like,
just no worries. It must be nice.
I felt terrible. It's so bad because I was.
Oh, because you were trying to help and gave her the wrong answer or something.
Yeah, we both guessed. We were like, I don't know this question. Yeah. I don't know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And at the time, was there hunter mode still or no?
No.
Okay, because when we last talked, there was no hunter mode. Right?
When that rolled out, whoo!
That was a shitstorm, wasn't it?
That was a complete shit show. So many people were so mad.
I loved that. I thought that was awesome because, well, when it first happened, I went out there just to, I was like, what's everybody complaining about? And I would answer the questions. And also at the time, there wasn't a lot of updates on the categories, right? There wasn't like an influx of new categories or questions. So it was the same old questions and I was getting them in 0.1 seconds.
Yeah.
So I was getting perfect. I was like, what's everybody complaining about? Like,
I was the same way. I was like, I know all these already. I don't need 3 seconds on it.
So insensitive, right? I was just like, what do you guys, what's the matter with you if you're not getting this, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, not even thinking, like, you know, some people don't read as fast as me. Some people can't read as fast as me, you know? Some people have learning disabilities that, and like, stop them from being able to do this correctly, you know? I'm like, totally not even thinking about any of that. Just right to, you know, what's wrong with you guys?
Yeah. This new 2.5 second has screwed me up a few times.
I've gotten pinched on that a few times now. Yeah.
Then I look at what I'm getting and I'm like, well, with the price of crypto right now, this grade is still more than the purpose was 2 weeks ago. So I'm still winning.
Yeah. That's true though. I do remember talking on a podcast. Actually, I know who it was with. It was with the Buddy Quest guys. I don't know if you know them, but it was KSG, Kyle, and Antrev. And I was talking to them about like back in the day when I was playing, because they started after me. And you'll know this, but you know, back in that crazy crash when we crashed and the crypto went down, you know, more than 50 or 60%, we were getting 50K Gwei per vault.
Yep.
And I was telling them that, and they're like, "What? Wow, that's really awesome," you know. And
look at it again.
That's it today, 50K Gwei, and I can't, like, I love that. That's awesome.
I love it too. It should drive up the price of ETH and Bitcoin cubies though.
It should, yeah. And that's the one I have on lock. So for I have the Ethereum QB on all the time, 24/7. So even for the quest, I'll
you're a big ETH guy.
I am a big ETH guy, but for the quest, I'll like put on the QB, unlock the thing, switch back to my ETH QB.
Before they did this quest, when the quests were more random drops for the blueprints and that, I always threw the blue QB on. It brought me, someone mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I started doing it. And I was like, this is like, I'm getting better drops.
That's that conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it is one of those conspiracy theories.
It is. That's like one of the biggest Coin Hunt World conspiracy theories.
The worst is that someone had said to me a year ago that they were going to drop payments in the game. He said, just wait, they're going to drop payments.
Like, what do you mean drop payments?
They're going to pay out too much and they're going to find a way to drop payments.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Who was that? Who said that?
Magnus.
Okay, because I had a similar conversation with J.R. Nightingale, and he said the same thing.
And I pretty much told him to piss off and pound salt. Now, here we are.
Look at that, yeah. And they're trying to find ways to do it every day.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, now I got to go and tell him he was right.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so funny because I was talking to J.R. Nightingale long time ago. I mean, I had him on the podcast, I think in September, and a little bit after that is when he got more than 1,000 blue keys in a day. Broke that record. I mean, that's nuts, by the way. And I reached out to like say something about it to him, and he basically went on this big, massive conspiracy theory rant to me about how Coin Hunt World's gonna stop giving keys, are gonna be really hard to get. Crypto's going down. Like, I don't know what's happening with this game. And I basically wrote him off. I was like, no way that's happening. No way. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, not even 2 or 3 months later, dynamic rewards come out. Again, they're talking about getting rid of key booths. I'm like, JR, your prophecy is true.
So yeah, I have a funny story about, remember the Twitter, and this is kind of related to the free keys.
Okay, yeah.
And I brought it up in, I think, Discord the other day, but it's a funny story. Mm-hmm. Remember when they had the Twitter boxes and you got a blue key every single time?
We were talking about that on the last podcast, actually. Yeah.
Did I tell you what my sons were taking pictures of?
No.
Okay, so they come out and walk the dogs with me all the time.
Mhm.
We have a pug bulldog. He's got that little curly tail.
Yeah.
My 13-year-old, every single time the Twitter box came up, took a pictures of the dog's butthole. Every friggin' picture. I was like, guy,
what a 13-year-old move.
Why? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He clicked the picture. I'm like, I can't see what you're doing, so I can't yell at him. But he was, yeah, like, what a 13-year-old thing to do. And I saw someone in Discord today who was like, probably pictures of buttholes and stuff. I was like, yes, that's my son.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know people were getting in trouble for like inside of their car and stuff, but you know, at least that's outside.
Yeah, it was definitely outside.
That's funny. That's a 13-year-old move for sure.
Oh, completely.
Imagine he starts winning like green keys and stuff.
I would never tell him. I would not tell him. No.
That's awesome. What else? What else happened since we last spoke? There's been quite a few updates, hasn't there?
There's been one or two.
Yeah. What else is new? So did you fill your QB display case?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you got in there?
Mostly epics. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, you're balling like that.
Oh, running my OG is number one.
Okay. Yeah.
All the time my OG. And then I think it's the... Oh, let me pull it up here.
Yeah. Because that's interesting to me. The display case. Everybody's flexing their epics, I think.
OG, my Foreman.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I went and spent the money on a Foreman.
Yeah.
My Pat Morita, one of my gingerbreads, Calipona,
all the epics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doge, Bitcoin, and the Ox QB.
Nice. Okay, a couple of rare ones in there. So, what was the second one there that you said?
Foreman.
Yeah. Okay. So the Foreman. How much did you end up paying for that?
Only like 135.
Okay. I paid 200 for mine, but gosh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I just got mine about a month ago. I waited for him to come down.
Smart, because now they're even less than that.
Whatever.
we can blame Beats Me by Dre because he's just flooding the market.
I think I paid 60 for a Suku, so
that's okay.
I was like, I'm
not
gonna use it. I just want it.
So I bought mine because of that contest that came out.
Okay.
Like there was the Suku Twitter contest, and I didn't want to leave my house to like go find a Suku QB, so I was like, I'll just buy one and then put it on my user vault. So I ended up getting mine for something around 60 keys. So
I think I bought mine 2 weeks before. It was just before that.
Wow, that actually reminds me of a great auction play I did. I don't know, maybe I've said this on the podcast before, but right before, so Veriblock comes out, all that shenanigans happens. A couple months later, they end up doing the Twitter contest with the Veriblock, just like they did with the Suku.
Yep.
But right before that got announced, I had bought 30 Veriblock QBs off the auction house. A pack of 30. And I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I just figured I was just going to resell them. Maybe I get my money back. Maybe I don't. It was a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
After that happened, price of Veriblock QBs basically doubled for about 2 days. So I was like, yes. So I basically, I think I doubled that investment, which was really good. Yeah. Any good auction house plays for you since we last spoke? Anything you bought? Maybe for the Chinese New Year or?
No, I mostly sell.
Okay.
I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Legit cheap. Like I actually, before I buy anything, I convert it to what is this going to be in actual money?
Right. Like dollars.
Like dollars.
Yeah.
I'm like, and is this worth this much money to me?
Because I had that conversation with somebody on the podcast. I forget who it was, but do you ever look at your inventory and then like calculate how much money it's actually worth? Oh, so like sometimes I'll go through my inventory and be like, Fire QB, 2 red keys, $200, and then I'll go through all of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm worth about $10,000.
It's amazing. Like, I haven't done that, and
Yeah.
I don't want to start because then
No,
I'll
yeah, don't.
not stop.
Exactly.
But every now and then I'm like, I should sell this just for the extra keys so I could be a key whale.
Yeah.
How many
Straight
keys
up.
does it take to be a key whale?
I don't know. I would say, okay, so I would say a key whale now is if you have a PKE. Oh my gosh. Okay. It reminds me. The last time we spoke, you know what we talked about?
Purple keys?
GKE.
Oh, GKE was the best.
We went into depth about it, man.
Yes. And then he got banned.
Yeah, Amphi.
Yes.
We went into depth about GKE. We thought for sure people were gonna.
It makes sense though.
It does. It kind of does. But since then, it's been a complete joke.
Oh my god, we need to start bringing. I'm gonna start mentioning that more in Discord.
No worries, do that, and I got your back on that. But so to be considered a key whale, I'd say a purple key equivalent. If you have a purple key equivalent, you're a key whale.
I'm not a key whale. I've got half a purple key.
Okay. See, I had about that too, and I thought I was a whale, but then you start like getting into the crowd of, you know, the Manels who have that just in blue keys, you know, right? And you're like, oh, damn. So I would say a purple is a key whale because not a lot of people have that, but there are some people who have that.
Introduce biking quests and I'll get it. Yes,
straight up. Because I know you're a biker and I'm also a biker. So, and my neighbor down the road is also a biker. So, I think biking quests will be awesome, absolutely fantastic.
They keep saying it's too hard. All I have to do is speed limit it.
That's not hard.
Speed limit at 25 kilometers an hour. I don't know how many freedom units per shotgun shells that is down in the state.
See the problem. Okay, so maybe it is hard because the problem there is if you do a speed limit, people will do it in their car. They absolutely will do it in their whip.
Good. Let them
do that.
Over. It's dangerous driving.
That's true. That is true.
I know people have gotten pulled over for it.
Yeah, but
they're too slow. They're stopping and starting.
So is distracted driving, looking at your phone and playing the game. So, I mean, I really wish people would stop using the car for this game. I know it's not plausible, but that would be my hope. And so if they figure out biking quests, I hope that you can't do it in a car as well.
My thought is that if you just put it like even below what the school speed limits are, zone speed limits, people aren't going to go that. And if they are, the cops are going to see them and
yeah, that's true. That could be very true. So interesting thought there.
Sorry, I love my car drivers, but I hate y'all at the same time.
Yes, exactly. Like there's no hate there. I just want them to be safe, and I want everybody else to be safe who's playing. And I definitely don't want people to get tickets. You know, like a distracted driving ticket would suck. Like I would like to know how many people have been playing Coin Hunt World and got pulled over for distracted driving and got a ticket for it. That would be a very interesting thing to know because, I mean, that's like hitting a nail, blowing your tire out, and then you got to pay for your tire out of your Coin Hunt World earnings, you know? Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pumped for biking quests. That would be pretty exciting. And that's one of the ones that would benefit me and you a lot.
Hugely. So I'm not gonna lie, I figured out how to do it on my treadmill.
Yeah.
It takes longer and it takes way more effort than it does to walk outside.
Yes. I'm not sure. I haven't figured out exactly how they're doing it, either by steps, distance traveled, or time. I saw Illusion Weaver talk about the time frame.
It seems to go by a mix of distance traveled and time. Yeah. Because what I've figured out on the treadmill, and this is what makes it difficult, if I start at the back of the treadmill, walk to the front, slide to the back, walk forward again, and just keep doing that, it will track.
Yes.
But that takes a lot more effort than it does to walk outside at a normal pace.
Exactly. Because I noticed the same with the bike, right? If you're biking,
Mm-hmm.
the biking is perfect for me because what I'll do is at night I'll bike my loop and then I'll get to like 4 or 5 and then the next day I can walk that same loop and then it finishes me off.
Yep, exactly.
So that way it's perfect. But if there was biking quests, I would finish both of them. I would do the walking and then I would go out and do the biking because then I'd get a shit ton of key. You wouldn't, eh?
No, I don't have the time.
No, I know that does take a while. You do have to set aside some time. I mean, it's already 2 hours to do the walking quest fully through, so it's kind of a long time. Yeah. So
I tried running it while I was coaching soccer one day.
Yeah. Oh, running it. Oh, that's a different. That's a different beast.
In my pocket while I was trying to coach soccer. I was like, I'm not getting the steps I thought. I move way less than I think I do.
Yeah, trying to run it is a different beast. Oh man. All right. Wow, Sean, it's been about an hour and 40 minutes. That's much better than our last one, wasn't it?
Way better. I'm not nearly as nervous. Like I was super nervous last time.
Yeah.
And
it was the first one, right? So I will recommend people to go take a listen to it. Just for the first 5 minutes, listen to how awkward and how, weird we were.
Do that to me.
We got video now too, so which helps. Because then you can actually see us like thinking.
Yeah.
And then there's not just like a blank audio. Yeah, I'd recommend go back, listen to it's actually the 3rd episode, and you can hear kind of what we're talking about. But yeah, it's pulling up on 7 p.m. for me. Wow, it's getting late. So I'd say we cut it here. But this has been
feel free to friend me if they want in the game.
There you go. King Thermos is your name, right?
Yep.
Easy to spell. No,
the ladies can add me on Instagram.
There you go. King Thermos. Yeah.
Someone's trying to say it eventually. I was waiting for someone to say something like that. It's been like a year of this.
Follow him on Instagram. There you go. I'll even throw the link in the damn description. You can find it there. All right, Sean. It's been a blast.
It's been awesome, Trent.
This one's been really fun. I think people are really going to enjoy this. Thank you for coming on for the second time.
Yep.
There might be another time in the future. There probably will.
I would be more than happy to.
Right on. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate it. So I'll leave you here, but it's been a pleasure.
It's been awesome. Thank you.
Cheers.